As a border state, one of Arizona's most challenging issues is that of securing the southern border. It's also an issue that you focused on as governor. Talk a little bit about what you've done for border security and what remains to be done.
The first thing we did was stand up the Arizona Border Strike Force. The Department of Public Safety here, along with our federal partners and National Guard, has been a force multiplier to make sure Arizona is safer. In previous administrations, I had the partnership of the federal government. Barack Obama deployed the National Guard to our southern border. Donald Trump deployed the National Guard, and Jerry Brown in California deployed his National Guard. So there was a focus on the entire southern border. Today, Joe Biden is absent, derelict in his duty on everything to do with the border. Self-appointed border czar, Kamala Harris, this is just another laughing matter, and Alejandro Mayorkas has got a vote of no confidence from the men and women who work for them. So Greg Abbott and I have worked together to stand up the American Governor's Border Strike Force. 25 other states have given us National Guard, law enforcement, ACTIC centers, fusion and sharing of intelligence. This is to stop or interdict the fentanyl and poison that's coming across the border. But if our entire southern border isn't secure, neither is our nation. These cartels are not dummies. They're the worst people in the world, and they take advantage of these gaps that they find in places like New Mexico and California. So we're going to continue to press until the day I'm no longer governor at 12:01 p.m. on January 2nd, but more needs to be done. We've built the physical barrier. You could say completed the wall with these shipping containers. What that really does is blocks the cartels from taking advantage of the human trafficking and the vulnerable people in South America and other parts of the third world so that they can really get to what they want to do, which is sell the very profitable yet poisonous fentanyl and methamphetamine. We've done everything possible underneath the law, but without a White House and a federal government committed to this, these tragedies are going to continue to happen across our country. Arizona isn't one of 4 border states anymore. All of our states are border states.
In a similar vein, how's your administration's relationship with the state of Sonora and the Mexican government impacted your border security agenda?
So our relationship with Mexico was at rock bottom when I was elected. My first international trip upon being elected was to Mexico City. My first international trip upon being reelected was to Mexico City. And I did that because I come from the business community. You have to know who your customer is. Mexico's Arizona's #1 trading partner times 4. It's not even close. I was blessed to have Governor Claudia Pavlovich, the first female governor of the state of Sonora, who served alongside me for 6 years. We were able to focus on all things positive around trade and economic development. I will say Governor Pavlovich, along with President Obama and Secretary of Homeland Security Jay Johnson, along with Donald Trump and Secretary of Homeland Security John Kelly and Kirstjen Nielsen, were working in concert to have a more secure border, to stop these flow of migrations. The Trump-Pence administration made sure they had the attention of Mexico, and Mexico needs the American economy to thrive, and we want them to thrive. So Sonora's been a critical part of that. In many ways, we were the ambassador state to pass the USMCA, the new trade agreement to replace NAFTA, which was lacking in some ways and was really a pre-internet trade agreement. So I think it's been a good relationship. Tensions are high because of what's happening at the border. I believe Mexico can play a larger role in solving that problem, but if Joe Biden and the federal administration won't ask them to do it, they'll see the response that we have right now as what's appropriate, because it's really a lack of leadership on both sides of the border.